When we think of country music legends, names like Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, and Patsy Cline often come to mind. But one man who truly shaped the genre and took it to new heights was Eddy Arnold. From his humble beginnings on a Tennessee farm to becoming one of the best-selling country artists of all time, his journey was one of resilience, reinvention, and undeniable talent. His smooth voice and pioneering role in the Nashville Sound helped bridge the gap between country and pop, bringing the genre to a wider audience. But behind the fame and success was a story of hardship, determination, and a lifelong passion for music. Let's dive into the life and legacy of the legendary Eddy Arnold. Childhood and family born. Richard Edward Arnold on May 15, 1918 in Chester County, Tennessee. He was raised in a rural environment where life was defined by hard labor and simple pleasures. His parents, William Caleb Arnold and Georgia Wright Arnold, were both musically inclined. His father played the fiddle, while his mother played the guitar. Though his family was musically gifted, their primary livelihood depended on farming, and they struggled to make ends meet as sharecroppers. Growing up on a farm near Henderson, Tennessee, Arnold experienced firsthand the physical and financial challenges of rural life. Farm work was grueling and unrelenting, with long hours spent tending to crops and livestock. The unpredictability of the farming business, whether due to poor weather, crop failures, or economic downturns, meant that financial stability was never guaranteed. Despite these hardships, music became a source of solace for Arnold. His mother taught him his first guitar chords, and he quickly developed a passion for the instrument. However, tragedy struck when Arnold was just 11 years old. His father passed away suddenly, leaving the family in a precarious financial situation. This loss was devastating both emotionally and practically, as it meant that young Eddy had to take on more responsibilities to help support his mother and siblings. The family's financial struggles worsened, and they soon lost their farm to creditors. With no land of their own, they were forced to become sharecroppers, meaning they worked on land owned by others and gave a portion of their harvest as rent. This was an incredibly difficult way to make a living, especially during the Great Depression, when economic conditions were dire. With little choice, Arnold dropped out of school to work full-time on the farm. He attended Pinson High School in Tennessee but never graduated, as his family needed him to help provide for them. Despite these hardships, music remained a central part of his life. Even while working in the fields, he would sing to himself, turning to music as an escape from the daily struggles of farm life. His passion for music deepened as he listened to recordings by Gene Autry, Bing Crosby, and Jimmie Rodgers on a hand-cranked Victrola. These artists greatly influenced his musical style and aspirations. As a teenager, Arnold found small ways to turn his musical talent into a means of survival. He began performing at local events, candy pulls, community gatherings, and barbecues, where he could earn about $1 per night. Though it wasn't much, this money helped supplement his family's income. More importantly, it reinforced his belief that music could be his path forward. He played his guitar and sang at local schools and churches, often arriving at these events on the back of a mule with his guitar strapped to his back. These early performances gave him confidence, and he started to dream of a career in music. At the age of 16, Arnold made a bold decision. He left the farm in pursuit of his musical ambitions. Though he initially took small jobs to support himself, including working part-time at a mortuary, he remained focused on becoming a professional musician. In 1934, he made his radio debut on WTJSAM in Jackson, Tennessee, marking the first step in what would become an extraordinary career. The hardships Arnold endured in his early years, losing his father, dropping out of school, working tirelessly to support his family, and facing financial instability, played a crucial role in shaping his resilience and determination. His humble beginnings not only grounded him, but also allowed him to connect with working-class audiences through his music. He once reflected, "I realized I could communicate with people through songs in a way I couldn't with just words." This deep understanding of struggle and perseverance became a defining element of his artistry, making his songs resonate with listeners from all walks of life. Eddy Arnold's career was one of remarkable longevity and success, marked by continuous reinvention and an unwavering connection with his audience. His journey began in 1934 when, at just 16 years old, he made his radio debut on WTJS-AM in Jackson, Tennessee. Over the next few years, he performed in local nightclubs and steadily built his reputation as a talented young musician. In 1937, he secured a permanent position at WTJS, and by 1938, he had moved to WMPS-AM in Memphis, where he quickly became one of the station's most popular performers. During the early 1940s, he joined Pee Wee King's Golden West Cowboys as a singer-guitarist, giving him valuable experience performing at the Grand Ole Opry. This opportunity paved the way for his solo career, which would soon take off in an unprecedented way. In 1943, Arnold made his breakthrough as a solo artist when he performed at the Grand Ole Opry. The following year, he signed a contract with RCA Victor under the management of Colonel Tom Parker, who would later become famous for managing Elvis Presley. Arnold's first single failed to gain much attention, but in 1945, his song "Each Minute Seems a Million Years" reached number 1. 5 on the country charts, marking the start of a career-defining period of success. Over the next few years, Arnold dominated the country music charts. His next 57 singles all ranked in the top 10, including 19 number 1 singles, 1 hit. In 1946, he achieved his first major success with "That's How Much I Love You." By 1948, he had 5 songs charting simultaneously, with 5 of them reaching number 1 and staying at the top for 40 weeks of the year. During this time, Arnold also became a well-known radio host, leading programs such as Checkerboard Jamboree and Hometown Reunion, which further cemented his popularity. He even ventured into film, appearing in Columbia Pictures' Feudin' Rhythm and Hoedown in 1949 and 1950. As television became more prominent in the 1950s, Arnold adapted quickly to the new medium. He hosted The Eddy Arnold Show, a summer replacement for Perry Como and Dinah Shore, introducing country music to a broader audience. Between 1955 and 1957, he starred in the syndicated program Eddy Arnold Time, and from 1955 to 1960, he made regular guest appearances on ABC TV's Ozark Jubilee. His versatility as a performer allowed him to expand his fan base beyond country music listeners. In 1960 and 1961, he further embraced television by hosting NBC's Today on the Farm, a program that blended his rural roots with mainstream media exposure. Despite his continued success, Arnold faced a major challenge in the mid-1950s with the rise of rock and roll, which caused a decline in his record sales. While many country artists struggled to adapt, Arnold took a different approach. He began collaborating with conductor Hugo Winterhalter, incorporating lush orchestral arrangements into his recordings. In 1955, he released a new version of The Cattle Call, which featured Winterhalter's arrangements and reached number 1 on the Billboard Country chart. This stylistic shift helped define what would later become known as the Nashville Sound, a more polished and mainstream-friendly approach to country music. Though some purists criticize this transition, it expanded Arnold's appeal to a wider audience. In 1965, he made a major comeback with his first number one country song in a decade, What's He Doing in My World? Later that year, he released his most famous hit, Make the World Go Away, which featured pianist Floyd Kramer and backing vocals by the Anita Kerr Singers. The song became a crossover success, reaching the top 10 on the pop charts and introducing Arnold to millions of new listeners. Arnold continued his success throughout the late 1960s by working with arranger Bill Walker, who provided the orchestral backgrounds for 16 consecutive hits. This period solidified Arnold's reputation as a pioneer of the smooth, sophisticated style of country music that appealed to both traditional and pop audiences. In 1966, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, becoming the youngest performer to receive the honor at the time. The following year, he was named the first ever Entertainer of the Year by the Country Music Association, recognizing his immense influence on the genre. In 1973, Arnold left RCA Victor and signed with MGM Records, where he recorded 4 albums that included several top 40 hits. However, in 1976, he returned to RCA, reaffirming his long-standing relationship with the label. By the 1980s, he considered himself semi-retired, though he continued to record and perform selectively. In 1991, he released You Don't Miss a Thing, marking his return to the studio after several years. By 1992, he had sold nearly 85 million records and spent a total of 145 weeks at number one on the charts, more than any other country artist at the time. On May 16, 1998, the day after his 80th birthday, Arnold performed a farewell concert at the Orleans Hotel in Las Vegas, officially announcing his retirement. Though he had largely stepped away from the music industry, he continued to receive accolades for his contributions. In 2000, he was awarded the National Medal of Arts, the highest honor given to artists and arts patrons in the United States. In 2005, he was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy, cementing his status as one of the most influential figures in country music history. Scandal? Eddy Arnold's career, while marked by significant achievements, also experienced notable controversies, particularly concerning his management relationships. In 1953, Arnold's professional relationship with his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, came to an abrupt end. Parker, who had been instrumental in propelling Arnold to stardom since 1945, was known for his intense and all-encompassing management style. This approach eventually led to tensions between the two. The situation reached a tipping point during a 2-week engagement at the newly opened Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas. Arnold discovered that Parker, who had assured him of exclusive representation, was simultaneously managing other artists, including country singer Hank Snow. This revelation, coupled with Arnold witnessing Parker and his assistant concealing documents under a table, eroded the trust between them. Consequently, Arnold decided to terminate Parker's management services. Despite the professional split, both maintained public decorum, often speaking positively of each other in subsequent years. Following his departure from Parker, Arnold sought new management to steer his career. In 1954, he enlisted Joe Sida, a seasoned music industry professional, as his manager. Sida's tenure coincided with a challenging period in Arnold's career, marked by the rise of rock and roll, which overshadowed traditional country music. During this time, Arnold faced criticism from the country music establishment for collaborating with arranger Hugo Winterhalter, incorporating orchestral elements into his music, a style that would later be known as the Nashville Sound. Despite the controversies, this innovative approach eventually broadened Arnold's audience and revitalized his career. In 1964, seeking to further rejuvenate his career, Arnold transitioned to new management under Jerry Purcell. Purcell, who managed Arnold for over 35 years, played a pivotal role in sustaining and enhancing Arnold's presence in the music industry. Under Purcell's guidance, Arnold achieved significant milestones, including his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame in 1966 and being named the first ever Entertainer of the Year by the Country Music Association in 1967. Purcell's strategic direction helped Arnold navigate the evolving music landscape, ensuring his enduring legacy in country music. These management transitions, while challenging, underscored Arnold's resilience and adaptability in an ever-changing music industry. His ability to navigate professional controversies and embrace innovative musical styles contributed significantly to his sustained success and influence in country music. Marriage: Eddy Arnold and Sally Catherine Gayhart shared a long and devoted marriage that lasted for 66 years. They were married on November 28, 1941, and together they built a strong and loving family, raising 2 children, Joe Ann Arnold Pollard and Richard Edward Arnold Jr. Sally, born on October 25, 1920, was known for her warmth and unwavering support for her husband, making their relationship one of the most admired in the country music world. Beyond being a devoted wife, Sally played an essential role in Eddy's career. She stood by him through every stage of his journey, from his early days as a struggling musician to his rise as one of the most successful country artists of all time. Her support extended beyond their home. She was involved in helping him navigate the demands of the music industry, ensuring he could focus on his passion for performing and recording. Many who knew them believed that her influence and encouragement were key factors in Eddy's ability to sustain such a long and successful career. Their relationship was built on mutual love, respect, and a shared sense of dedication. Despite the demands of fame and a life in the spotlight, they maintained a strong bond, proving that lasting love could thrive even in the fast-changing world of entertainment. Their marriage remained a beautiful example of partnership and commitment, standing as a testament to the deep connection they shared throughout their lives. Other relationships. Eddy Arnold's illustrious career was marked by significant collaborations with various musicians and industry professionals, which played a crucial role in shaping his musical legacy. In 1943, as Eddy Arnold embarked on his solo career, he enlisted steel guitarist Little Roy Wiggins as the first member of his backing band. Wiggins's distinctive ting-a-ling steel guitar sound became a hallmark of Arnold's early recordings, contributing to his rise in the country music scene. This partnership lasted until 1968, during which Wiggins's playing was integral to Arnold's signature sound. Facing a decline in record sales due to the rise of rock and roll, Arnold sought to revitalize his career by collaborating with arranger and conductor Hugo Winterhalter. Together, they developed a more polished orchestral sound that broadened Arnold's appeal beyond traditional country audiences. This collaboration was pivotal in the development of the Nashville Sound, a genre-blending style that combined country music with pop sensibilities. In 1965, Arnold recorded the song "Make the World Go Away," which became one of his most renowned hits. This recording featured pianist Floyd Kramer and the vocal harmonies of the Anita Kerr Singers. The combination of Arnold's emotive vocals, Kramer's piano accompaniment, and the lush harmonies provided by the Anita Kerr Singers resulted in a crossover success, reaching audiences beyond the country music sphere. During the late 1960s, arranger and conductor Bill Walker played a significant role in shaping the orchestral arrangements for Arnold's recordings. Walker's sophisticated arrangements provided the lush background for 16 consecutive hits sung by Arnold, further solidifying his place in both country and pop music. Walker's contributions were instrumental in maintaining Arnold's relevance during a transformative period in the music industry. Death Eddy Arnold, one of the most influential and beloved figures in country music history, passed away on May 8, 2008, at a care facility in Nashville, Tennessee. He was 89 years old, and his passing occurred just 1 week before what would have been his 90th birthday. Arnold's death came just 2 months after the passing of his wife, Sally Gayhart Arnold, on March 11, 2008. The couple had been married for an astounding 66 years, and their relationship was regarded as one of the most enduring love stories in country music. Arnold's loss was deeply felt by his family, including his 2 children, Richard E. Arnold Jr. and Joanne Arnold Pollard, as well as his grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Throughout his lifetime, Arnold built an extraordinary musical legacy. With 147 songs charting on Billboard, he became one of the most successful country artists of all time, second only to George Jones in terms of total charted hits. His smooth baritone voice, polished style, and pioneering contributions to the Nashville Sound helped redefine country music and expand its audience beyond traditional listeners. He sold over 85 million records worldwide, a testament to his lasting influence and popularity. Arnold was recognized with numerous accolades throughout his career. In 1966, he was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, becoming the youngest artist at the time to receive the honor. In 2000, he was awarded the National Medal of Arts, the highest recognition given to artists and arts patrons by the U.S. government. In 2005, he received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy, further solidifying his place among the greatest figures in American music history. Even in his later years, Arnold remained passionate about his craft. Although he officially retired from performing in 1998, he continued recording music and making occasional public appearances. His final album, After All These Years, was released in 2005, showcasing his enduring vocal talent and deep connection to his audience. His ability to adapt and evolve with the ever-changing music industry ensured that his influence would last for generations to come. Eddy Arnold's passing was mourned by the country music community and fans worldwide. Many artists who followed in his footsteps credited him with paving the way for a more sophisticated and widely accepted style of country music. His songs, such as Make the World Go Away, Bouquet of Roses, and What's He Doing in My World, remain timeless classics, continuing to be played and appreciated by audiences of all ages. Eddy Arnold was not just a singer, he was a pioneer, a storyteller, and a bridge between country and popular music. His contributions to the genre transformed the industry and set a standard for future generations of musicians. His ability to connect with people through heartfelt lyrics and soothing melodies ensured that his music would never be forgotten. Even years after his passing, his influence remains strong, and his name continues to be revered in the world of country music. Eddy Arnold's life was one of dedication, resilience, and artistic brilliance, and his legacy will forever be a cornerstone of American music history.